Hello, everyone. Welcome to the She Boss Talk family. I am Shantae Alradi. I am coming on for another How to Get Your Money stimulus update. This is for all the entrepreneurs and small business owners who are out there. So, as always, do hit that love button, show us some love. Do drop a comment, let us know where you're hailing from, let us know what funds and grants that you have been applying for. Do share out this broadcast because there are still millions of entrepreneurs and small business owners who don't know that these funding opportunities do exist. They don't know how to apply. They don't know that they qualify. So we want this information to get out to as many entrepreneurs as possible. So do please share this out. So I am going to come on here briefly to talk about stimulus updates that you should be aware of for you, your business, and your family. So I first want to start with the Paycheck Protection Program because that is about to expire. As you all know, the Paycheck Protection Program was extended because there's still $130 billion available for entrepreneurs and small businesses. And so they extended the deadline to get approvals, to submit your application, get approved to August the 8th. And so lenders will be closing their portals today. Okay, by 11:59 p.m. this evening, those portals will be closed. So it's so important that if you qualify, if you're an eligible business, that you do submit your application. So to qualify for this program, this is one of the programs under the CARES Act. And it is available to any business that has under 500 employees that you were operating your business as of or before February the 15th. And so this is the forgivable loan program. So don't confuse this with the EIDL. This is the forgivable loan program where you have an opportunity to get 100% of your loan forgiven. Now, the thing you need to understand is this applies to if you are an independent contractor, freelancer, gig worker, solopreneur, self-employed. If you don't have any employees, you can qualify for this program. You are considered an employee of one, and you are applying to get owner's compensation. This is a payroll program to keep people employed, working. And so you have an opportunity to get up to $20,833 forgiven, 100% forgiven. And then as the owner, you're getting owner's compensation. 15,000 of that is automatically free. So you're not paying any other employees. It's going for you to pay for your payroll, your compensation. And then everything else is goes towards paying your non-payroll related costs. So for those that do have employees, just know that you're calculating the same way, but you're calculating based on your payroll. You're going to take your average amount, right? You're going to divide that by 12 and times that by 2.5. That is going to tell you what loan amount you can apply for. If you're a solopreneur, you would have had to first of all, file your 2019 tax returns, and you would have had to have a positive profit reflected on your tax returns. That means on line 31, you need to have a positive number. So it needs to make sense for you to apply for this loan. So if it's negative, that means that you don't qualify for this program at this time under the current guidelines for this program. But if you do have a positive net profit that's after expenses on line 31, you can go ahead and apply, and I would encourage you to do so. I'm not accepting any more personal appointments because the day is the deadline, but this and other videos, I have plenty of them on my Facebook page, on the YouTube channel that you can go to and quickly apply. Now, I would encourage you to apply to as many places as you can. Those places that are still open, like Cabbage is open, Blue Vine is still accepting applications. They close tonight at 11:59 p.m. And then I wanted to talk quickly about the EIDL program. So for those of you all who are not aware, the SBA closed down the advanced portion of the program. So the grants are no longer available at this time. Okay, as of July 11th, I believe they ran out of funding. So if you're applying right now, that means you're applying solely for the loan. If you apply before July 11th, that means that you are still entitled to the grant. So you just need to follow through with the process. Be patient. Know that there's many of us who have been waiting more than 100 days to get funded. Okay. And so you just need to be patient, follow through with the process. If you've been denied, follow through with submitting your request for a reconsideration. That's what I did. So yes, if you're denied, you can get approved and get funded. If you were funded and your amount was not enough, you can also request additional funding. So that's what I did. So I applied for 2 of my businesses. And so I expect to get grants that I'm still waiting on. So I know a lot of you all didn't get your grants. We're still waiting on those to come through. Even though they ran out of funding, if you were already allocated to get your money, you should get it. But one of the big holdups is bank accounts being able to be verified in either your business name or your personal name, because a lot of you all are using like Cash Apps and PayPal numbers and accounts. All of that is going to make it hard for them to verify your account. Go the traditional route, open up a bank account. If you have a business, open up a business bank account, because it's going to hold you up from getting your money. So I would encourage you all to do that. But if you were denied, follow through with the reconsideration. Go get your money. Don't accept no for an answer, even for the Paycheck Protection Program. If you're denied one place, you can apply somewhere else. You just can't get funded twice, right? So there's two. There are probably more than that, but Blue Vine and Cabbage are accepting PPP applications. I've heard of people applying and they got denied Cabbage and were approved at Blue Vine, or were denied at Blue Vine and were approved at Cabbage. Put in as many applications that you can. It probably takes less than 10 minutes to fill out the application. I have a walkthrough step by step on both the EIDL program and PP on our YouTube channel. So I would encourage you to watch those and go ahead and apply now. Now that's the PPP and the EIDL programs. What I want to talk about is the upcoming stimulus that we expect to include more funding for both PPP and EIDL, but we need to make sure that it does. They're still negotiating it right now, but it's important for all of us to use our voices, to make your voice heard, to call your congressional representatives, to write your congressional representatives and know how this pandemic has impacted you. Let them know about any challenges that you've had with any of the programs and getting your access to funding or not being funded. If you feel like there's been unfair practices going on, you need to let them know. Let them know that your voice counts. Let them know that you will be showing up the polls, and you're watching to see how they're going to provide for small business before you exercise your vote. That is going to determine if you're going to vote for them or not. They are there to serve us as the American people. We are their constituents. We are the ones that's paying the tax dollars. So know that they are listening. They are hearing us. There are people that are advocating for us, but we have to keep pushing for what it is that we want. And one of the biggest items that is trending right now is a bipartisan bill. Is bill number 4227, and it is the EIDL for Small Business Act. That is a push to refund the EIDL program, and not only refund it, but to get us our full $10,000 grant that we were supposed to get in the first place in 3 days, and to get a full funding of our loans up to $2 million. So we all know that they capped both of these opportunities. They capped the grants at $1,000 per employee, and for the loan they capped it at $150,000. So we know for a lot of businesses that definitely was not enough, knowing that minorities and women were locked out of 90% of the funding. 90% of us didn't get funding. So they need to really address minority and women businesses in this upcoming package, and we need to hold them accountable to do so. So they're negotiating right now. When I say they, Congress, the House and the Senate, the Republicans and the Democrats. So the House passed the HEROES Act 2 months ago. And the Senate dragged their feet. Okay, so they dragged their feet. They couldn't really come together. They finally put together a HEROES Act package, stimulus package, which was far apart from what the House presented. The House, their HEROES Act is $3 trillion. The HEROES Act from the Senate, which is backed by the Republicans, is $1 trillion. So they're negotiating to come closer to the middle, right? So they've been negotiating this and they're coming closer together. It's still a work in progress. They're supposed to be trying to get it done before they go on vacation. Like, nobody needs to be taking a vacation until they pass a stimulus package that is going to benefit the American people and address all the needs. Okay, we're in a pandemic. It's on the rise. It's not slowing down. So people need money. You need money to stimulate the economy. So we're counting on them to do that. So what can you expect for sure is another stimulus check. So we got those stimulus payments, those $1,200 payments if you're single, $2,400 if you are a married couple. We can expect that again. They're in agreement on that. What the terms are still to be determined through negotiation, what the terms and what the set amount will be. So we're not quite sure if it's still going to be a $1,200 or not, and what the eligibility, the income eligibility requirements are going to be. But we can expect to hear more information as they come to an agreement on that. But we will definitely be getting a new stimulus package. As far as unemployment is concerned, we know that the additional $600 a week payments expired. Okay, remember, they let these expire. Okay, so they could have been negotiated the HEROES Act that was passed with the House. They dragged their feet. They were on vacation. Now they're about to go on another vacation. So they just need to go ahead and get it done, because right now you have over 20 million Americans on unemployment. And I know a lot of you all are out there as well that are expecting these benefits. Now they've been cut off. So we are expecting that they will, when the stimulus package, when they pass it, that those benefits will be reinstated. How much they're still negotiating, because in the beginning, the Republicans they did not want any extension on unemployment, because their feeling is that it's hindering people from getting back to work. People don't want to go back to work. That is just not true. No, we did not voluntarily leave work. We were forced to due to the pandemic. And so to fault the American people for that just makes no sense to me. And they need to refund the program so that people don't lose their homes and they can put food on their tables. The memorandums that are out, like on the evictions, are expired. So they need to come up. So we're going to have millions of homeless people if they don't come and put the package together as quickly as possible, because evictions are happening every day. So that's going to be important. So they're making some headway there. We don't know where they're going to land, somewhere in the middle, because the Democrats and the House that passed the HEROES Act wants the $600 a week extended through January 2021. And then the Senate, they have their package. They only wanted to add additional $200, and they only want you to be able to receive up to 70% of your the income that you were getting. Which is a complicated process that forced the states to do that they can't do because they have antiquated systems anyway. So they're going to have to come up with a better plan. And so as they bring that to our attention of what they agree on, I will bring that for future updates. But they are also looking to extend the PPP program. So, and again, it's going to close. But then once they pass the stimulus package, we'll see what they have there. Again, there's still a lot of money left They will most likely add to it. What they're discussing right now is giving a second round. So those that have already received funding will have a second opportunity to receive funding. There's also talks about which should be making more money available for minority business, women business. So they may change some of the eligibility to extend, to make it broader, to make it more available to other businesses that did not qualify. So a lot of businesses, especially Black-owned businesses, did not, because you had a loss. If you had a loss, you did not qualify. So I just think that they need to have some more grant programs and more programs that cater to those that are home-based businesses, those that had a loss. You made an income, but there's several businesses that did not profit in the year. There are also several businesses that they don't have employees. They help keep people working. They contribute as much to the economy because they have 1099 workers. Okay, they're not employees, but we're keeping people working. Okay, and so we will look forward to hearing more on that. And like I said, more on the EIDL program, which is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. Whether or not they do the separate bill, they just should, to me, they should just consider adding it to the stimulus package that they already have, since they need to be including funding for small business, to add those funds to this next stimulus package that will include the extra money for the EIDL program. Now the Senate was wanting to kind of piecemeal it, to not have a comprehensive big stimulus package. They wanted to kind of like pass one thing and then pass another and then go on vacation and pass another thing, and the House was not having it. So we can't leave certain things hanging. They just need to hash it out and work as long as it takes to get it done, even if it means going into their vacation. Now with the HEROES Act, it's a proposal in there for student loan funding. This is where your voice needs to be heard, because there was nothing. The Senate proposal, if you look at it, is very skimpy. It only has the three components really of what the HERO Act has, which I've already covered. So when you talk about things like student loan forgiveness, wasn't even up for consideration in the Senate's HEROES Act, but it is in the HEROES Act. So it would be interesting to see what they come up with as far as anything to help with student loans. That is a big, if they could solve that problem, that would be huge. Because student loan debt is such a burden to us as entrepreneurs and small business owners. It would give us so much more freedom to do what we need to do, and to be able to, build our businesses, to be able to scale our businesses without, worrying about being drowned in student loan debt. So again, that is a very big issue. And I'm looking to see what will come out of this stimulus that we have upcoming, because like I said again, it was not even in the HEROES Act. It is in the HEROES Act, but it still has limitations. I believe it's for $10,000 forgiveness, and it's only for those that are in the most need. So I'm very interested. I would love to hear what you all have to say, what your thoughts are on it, what you're expecting in the Stimulus Act. So we can expect things all day, but again, we have to put pressure on these congressional leaders that are making these decisions that are supposed to be on our behalf. And if you don't make your voice known, if you don't let them know what you're expecting, they're just going to run with their own agenda. So we have to hold them accountable. That means calling, emailing, and that means showing up at the polls to let them know what it is that we want and what we expect. And let me tell you, that works. So I have been calling and emailing and talking to leaders since day one, and I will continue to do that. But let me know what questions you have. I always circle back after the program, because I know a lot of you all are having challenges and you're applying for the different fundings and grant opportunities that are out there. It's not just the federal fundings that's out there. I constantly put out there and remind you, encourage you to look into your city, your county, and your states. They all, basically all the states have programs. I have a grant tracker. You will find it here on my YouTube channel. I will drop it in the comments. It's online. It makes it very easy for you to find grants. Not all of them are listed because we can't list every city and every county grant. But we try to add the state grants that are out there, but they come out all the time, like daily. And some of these programs are really struggling to find business owners and entrepreneurs to give the money to. So the money is out there, but they're really now having campaigns to try to find us because they know a lot of us did not get federal funding, and so they want to get the money to us. So you have to keep your eyes open and be intentional about looking for the grants that are in your local area, like your chamber, your small business centers, your minority business centers, women business centers that are there, your city councils, your economic development offices, your community development offices. Those are the organizations and places that you can look to see if they have a grant program available. Ask them, call them, and ask them what they have available, because I don't want you all to miss out. Like I said, we put grants out all the time, but I cannot list them all. So I would encourage you to be proactive, to look out for those grants as well. Let me just say, I know a lot of people think that there aren't grants for them. There are. So if you're a home-based business, there are grants for you. If you don't have any employees, there's grants for you. If you just started your business, there's grants for you. You just have to look for them. You have to research them, and know what the eligibility requirements are on the different funding opportunities. Take notes, make a checklist, see where you're missing some of the eligibility, and then make a plan to meet those eligibility requirements, because they're all different. One big grant that just came out, if you have not already applied, I would encourage you to do so. Citizens Bank just launched on the 3rd of August a $15,000 minority small business grant that they are going to be giving to 100 minority businesses. One thing that you need to know, you need to have been in business for at least a year as of August the 3rd. You also do need to either be banking with them, or you need to be in one of their geographic locations. So there's many, I think there's maybe about 10 or 12 states that they operate in. Ohio is one of them. So check the list. It's also on our timeline here. So you can check that out. I have a YouTube video on how to apply and what the eligibility requirements are. But it's like a 5-minute application. They do ask you for a write-up, 150-word write-up on how the grant will help you strengthen your business and strengthen the community. So I always say, take the opportunity. This is your opportunity to stand out by what you say, writing a compelling story about how you've been impacted, how you're going to use the funds to impact your business, to change your business, pivot your business, and how that is going to impact the community. It always has to have a greater benefit than just you. And so most of these applications have questions like that. What I do is I always start with the Word document. For every single application I fill out, and I write it there, then I copy and paste it. Not only does that help just in case something happens with the power, but it also helps me as far as being able to have something to go back to, and all I have to do is tweak it, do minor tweaking just based on the question. And I'm not having to recreate or rethink about what I'm going to say. So that's a very helpful tip for you. I would recommend that you do that. And I also track all of the funding and grants, so I know exactly where I am, if I'm pending, if I've been awarded, if I've been declined, and I know what I need to do to be able to follow up. So again, I would encourage you all to do that, because the money is out there. It's not always as easy as it is right now to get the money. And right now it's easy. So it really doesn't make any sense not to apply if you are eligible, and every grant will tell you what you need to do to be eligible for the grant. Every single one of them will tell you. They outline it. They tell you the rules. So I would read through all of those and then apply. If you're eligible, apply. and get your money. You're not going to win them all, but you will win some of them, right? If you follow through with the tips that I recommend, if you structure your business, and this is any business, even gig workers, you need to structure yourself as a legal registered business in your state. That is going to help you. And for all of us that are have minority certifications already, that has helped us in the process because we've already done all the work, right? That you all that are not certified business, minority or women or veteran-owned businesses that didn't go through all of that may not be prepared. But that helped prepare us for these grants because we already have it. We already have our EINs. We already have our bios. We already have registration. We already have our financials in order. We know that we need to file our tax returns every year. So we already have those things organized and ready to go. So I would encourage you all to do that. That is really going to help you qualify, be eligible to apply and win more of these grants that are coming down. And there will be more to come. So know that more funding opportunities are on the way. You want to stay tuned, stay connected. If you're not already following us, not already subscribed, I will highly recommend that you do so. We have helped so many people get access to money, to funds for their business, have helped a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners stay in business. That's what we want. We want everyone to keep their doors open. We want everybody to be able to survive, rise, and thrive during this pandemic. It is definitely possible. So many great things are happening. This is the time to recreate and innovate. And what better way to do that than get free money for your business to be able to do that? That's what I was able to do. I just brought on 3 team members. I was able to do that with a grant I received from PayPal. That grant allowed me to bring on a team to help me scale my business, to help me build up my new business venture. So I'm very excited about that. So if I can do it, you can too. Okay. So that's really it for today. Those are the stimulus updates. Again, drop any questions you have. I always circle back after the show. If you're already in process with any of these applications, drop your questions. I will answer them. But don't delay, don't hesitate, procrastinate. Just make the time. Make getting money your priority. I know we have so much stuff going on, but you just have to make a decision and commit and say, I know I need money for my business, because we all do, and I'm going to make it a priority to go after this money and secure funding for my business. That is what you need. You're going to need money in the upcoming months. We just don't know what's happening with this COVID crisis. You need money for your business. You need money to sustain yourself and for your families. And whatever we can do here at She Boss Talk to help you do it, we're happy to do so. So thank you so much for tuning in. You all have a wonderful day. As always, continue to stay in good health and be safe. Bye.